seated. Y'all are so kind. I kind of feel like I gotta be honest with you. Whenever I have to do this, I always feel like I'm gonna throw up. So if you're sitting in the front, look out. I'm so nervous. But y'all been so kind and gracious. I want to tell you something real quickly this morning, and then I want to share one more song with you, if that'd be all right. And then we will move on and hear some good word today. Back over the summer, and I don't tell you this like to be boastful, but just kind of as part of the ministry stuff that the Lord is giving me the opportunity to do. I did a new project over the summer, and one of the things you have to do when you do one of those is a photo shoot. Now, I don't know if you know me very well, but those words don't go with my name, photo shoot, Alan Hester. They don't go together. So I went and did this thing, and the guy sends me back the pictures, and I'm looking at him. And like, he's kind of fixed this eye issue I have. He's taken like and made all of my skin the same color. He's done all these things. He took wrinkles away. I was like, wow. And the more I thought about it, I was like, that's actually not me in that picture. That's some weird version of me that's not really me. Because when you get me, you get all the flaws and the failures. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Same thing for you, right? It all is the real deal, not this fake version of us. And I got to tell you about 3 nights ago, I was sitting in my house and I was just praying and thinking about some things. And I don't know about you, but I've been around the church and Christianity and all of that a long time. My whole life practically growing up. And so I know how it works. And I know the tricks of the trade. And I know how musicians will use certain like key changes to try to ramp up an audience emotionally. And I know how certain things are done in services. And if we're not careful, here's my point. If we're not careful, we're trying to manufacture an emotional response. And I got to be honest with you this morning. I prayed for the Lord the other night under conviction, and I just said, Lord, I just want to be real. I don't want to like give some version of me that's not really you, because I got to tell you, it's in our weakness that He's made strong. And it's in our trouble spots that we see the grace and the mercy of Jesus. And I kind of have a feeling that some of you, having grown up, a lot of you in Christian school, might identify with what I'm talking about today. That you've put on this version of yourself, which is kind of your school version, but then you're a completely different person when you're not in that scenario. And I just want to remind you today that the Lord wants the authentic you. And He wants to transform the authentic you into His likeness and change you and make you more like Him. And I want to tell you one more quick story. I was in Korea once on this retreat with a bunch of kids. And it was nighttime and it was dark, and we were walking from this restaurant back to this place, retreat center we're staying. And this bunch of kids thought it would be funny to scare me. Some of you don't get any ideas. Anyway, they ran ahead of me and they hid in the woods, like near the road. But I saw them do it, so I knew they were going to jump out and scare me. So I began to walk toward them. And when I got close up, they jumped out, and I knew they were coming. So I kind of like turned my head back, and they're running and screaming. And I kept looking back, and I walked right into a tree. It's the truth. I smacked it hard with my head, and it was painful, and it hurt. So kids ran ahead to the crossing, and I caught up with them. But I didn't know something. When I smacked that tree, blood began to pour from my nose and my face, and I didn't know that was happening. I knew it hurt, but I didn't realize blood was coming out until I arrived at the crosswalk where all these boys who thought they were so funny, and I scared the living daylights out of them. I was like, what are you doing? And then they saw the blood and they screamed and they ran, and it was awesome. I don't recommend teachers blooding your face to scare the kids, but that's what happened to me. I was just thinking about you today. Thinking about how the devastation of sin in our lives is so gross and so ugly. But I didn't even realize it was there as I was walking and heading to that crosswalk. But when I got there and somebody else pointed it out to me, it was pretty bad. And I think sometimes when you're immersed in a Christian culture, such as you are today, we sort of sweep that sin under, don't we? And we sort of not realize the impact and how ugly and how bad that is and the effect of it. And I just want to tell you this today as I sing this last song is, whatever the Lord would do in us today, I want it to be real, amen? Don't you want to be real? Not the fake version, but the genuine, real follower of God. In all of your messed up ways, that God would deliver you, heal you, change you, and save you. But it starts with us genuinely and authentically coming before Him. Today, God is worthy of our worship. And as I sing this last song, it's a song probably many of you know. And I want you to feel the freedom to sing. And we can go ahead and start that track.